48 teams, 1,248 players ready to take to the pitch across 104 matches in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Are you ready? I'm your host, Garfield Jones, and this is the final football fix before the start of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Tonight, I'm joined by the legendary, the great, Never Bertis Bell, and you'll be spending 1 hour with us and a few special guests tonight. Bertis, we are in our Brazil gear. Welcome, by the way, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think we can add another star to this?
For that to happen, something has to happen that has never happened in a World Cup.
What's that?
An overseas coach has never won the World Cup. In 22 tournaments, an overseas coach has never won. Brazil has an overseas coach. But I rate this overseas coach, so I still think they're going to win. But an overseas coach has never won the World Cup.
And it's time to break. It's time now to break the droughts because Arsenal, 22 years, winning the Premier League.
And 22 World Cup tournaments gone, but this is the 23rd one.
Yes. 24 years though Brazil don't win the World Cup. It could be coming home. We're teething it from the English people. It could be coming home, but it's Brazil we're talking about. All right, so a bit about the World Cup later on. Tonight we're going to be fixed on the Golden Boot, players to watch, and of course the official launch of TVJ's coverage. But before we go there, let's chat a bit about what's been happening. I'm going to go through the World Cup news, and Coach is going to help me with some of them. All right, so there are some new rules for this year's staging of the FIFA World Cup. One of them being players can't cover their mouths. Any player who covers their mouth with a hand, arm, or shirt during a confrontation with an opponent could be punished with a red card, Coach. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, could, because I don't know if you remember the Vinicius, apparently he said racist, so the guy came up and was saying something because, of course, you have lip readers. But it's not a certainty because I don't know if you saw Marquinhos.
Yes, and Gabriel.
So at the end of the game, Gabriel missed the penalty and Marquinhos came to him and he was like that. So you're not going to get a red card for that because that was, he was saying, easy, my brethren, everything all right, you know?
Two Brazilians.
If the referee thinks that you're going after the player, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have
malicious.
I don't have an issue with that.
All right, 10-second substitutions. Players being subbed off have 10 seconds to leave the pitch. If they take longer, their replacement must wait an additional 1 minute before entering, temporarily leaving their team a man down.
Yeah, most of the changes, because I'm not certain if there are new rules, but most of the amendments, the changes are to ensure that we get more football. There are a couple of World Cup games that last 52 minutes of playing time, 52 minutes, 49 minutes of playing time in a 90-minute game.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but a basketball game is 48 minutes. And it lasts 2.5 hours because they play playing time. They don't do that in football.
Right.
So the ball stopped for a corner, the ball stopped for a throw, stopped for a penalty, free kick, somebody hurt. And you only get 49 minutes of football. So these rules are to say we want to see more football. I love it.
All right, Coach says he loves it. 5-second restart. Referees can initiate a visible 5-second countdown for throw-ins and goal kicks. Taking longer will result in a turnover or an awarded corner kick for the opposition.
Yeah, I love it. I don't have an issue with any other changes that they've made. I have no issue with any of them.
All right. Coach says he's loving it. We keep going. Now, for treatment rules, any player who stops play to receive on-field medical treatment must leave the field and wait for 1 full minute before re-entering unless the injury was caused by a foul resulting in a card.
That one, kind of strange.
Yeah.
Because, I remember the referees were saying they won't stop the game unless they think it's a serious injury. In other words, if you get a muscle contract, they're not going to stop the game. Well, I don't know if anything more painful than a muscle contract, you know? So that one, I think they have to be careful how they do that because I'm not certain you can just stand up and say, well, I'm not really hurt, you know? So they have to be careful with that one.
All right, so a tricky one.
Yeah.
All right, captain only. Referee protest. Only team captains are permitted to approach or question the referee. Any other player crowding or protesting an official risks an immediate yellow card. We've seen that happening.
Yeah, that's been happening.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yellow card amnesty now to prevent players from missing critical matches due to accumulated bookings. Single yellow cards are cleared after the group stage and again after the quarterfinals. Another good thing.
They usually do that also, I think.
Yeah. So good again.
Yeah.
No cards on goal scoring advantage. Now players will I don't think the yellow card thing, that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, but I think what they're saying now is that, we don't get to that yet, but there's another change with a second yellow card.
Yeah.
But the yellow card thing's been going on.
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
All right, so the other one is no goal score advantage. Now, players will no longer automatically receive a yellow card or a tactical foul if the referee plays advantage and a goal is scored. You know, what's the play is going on and the referee say play on, and then they call it back and hand them a card. That's out now. That's fine with you?
That one need a little. Well, yeah, because it would be the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the same team. It's not like you're going against somebody. So what the referees are saying, if they say play on and you score a goal, then we'll move on.
You don't need to go back and card the player.
We'll move on.
All right, no wasting of time.
Yeah.
Okay, now VAR, the video assistant referee, won't be left out of the rule adjustments. Now, the video assistant referee will now be allowed to review a number of new things, including an incorrectly awarded corner kick, but only as long as it doesn't delay the restart. Break that down for me, Coach.
Well, what they're saying is that, sometimes two people go up for the ball, and then one say corner, and the referee say corner. But that's a goal-scoring opportunity. So what VAR is saying, or what FIFA is saying now, if it goes for a corner and they're not too certain who did it, VAR will take a look and say, no, that wasn't a corner.
But they're going to delay the game even more.
Well, what they're saying, they actually put in the word, it must be done quickly.
Yeah.
You know?
But we see some of these VAR decisions take all a minute and
Well, that has to change.
Yeah.
Because again, it's counterproductive if you are bringing in these rules to see more football and let the game play faster, and then you bring in a rule that then slow it back down. You know? So no, I don't think it would. I don't think it would slow down the game.
Okay, all right. So that one, Coach is okay with. Now, any attacking fouls that happen before play is started, so that was part of it. A red card that is issued from a second yellow card that is clearly incorrect. That's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, because a second yellow card, you are sending someone off the field. Mm-hmm. And actually, you can handle the ball 2 times and you come off the field.
Yeah.
So I think what FIFA is saying, well, if it wasn't that bad, don't give him the second one.
So VAR can step in now.
VAR can step in and say, all right, I think you can ease him up this time. Because, again, you want players on the field. You really don't want to send off anyone.
Yeah.
And sometimes a second yellow kind of little too easy if you're going to send the person off the field. So I can live with that.
Right. When it comes to Jamaica, coach say I'm living with them. So a case of mistaken identity when a player is punished with a yellow or red card for a foul committed by another player. VAR steps in and help with that, because we've seen incidents of those.
Yeah, but we haven't seen too many.
Yeah. I'm wondering why that one came in.
Yeah, because I can't remember when last I saw something like that.
Yeah, all right. We're moving quite along. Now, the Uruguay squad was released, and the list does not include top goal scorer Luis Suarez, my Liverpool baller. So he retired from the national team in 2024 after criticizing Coach Bielsa's manners in the squad, saying he fractured the dressing room, and some players even considered leaving the team. But last April, Suarez opened the door for returning to the national squad and reportedly apologized to Bielsa for his public comments against him. Now, despite all of that, the 39-year-old Suarez has scored 69 goals for Uruguay and has played every World Cup since 2010, won't be part of the squad for the 2026 edition. Coach says he's not obligated to having him included.
Interesting, eh?
What would you do in a situation like that? Coach, a player cuss you and say, Bertis,
No, everybody deserves a chance, but I'm not certain that's the reason Coach Bielsa would have left him out. You know, in South America international football, only 3 people have scored more goals than Luis Suarez. Pele, Messi, and Neymar.
Yeah.
You know, so he has, to me, at the time when he was at his best, he probably was the best centre-forward in the world. I mean, he's an incredible player.
Yeah.
But 39, and maybe the coach said, I don't know, maybe the coach is thinking that, all right, I don't think I can win the World Cup, so let me bring in some youngsters and maybe look into the next World Cup. I don't know, because he left out a 30-year-old also.
Yeah. Well, my bias for Luis Suarez is because I support Liverpool, and I support Liverpool and used to be Liverpool. I think he's the greatest thing. He should have been there. All right, we're moving on.